Barrett, it is now easier, quicker and safer to buy your new used vehicle online. Whether you're on the computer, tablet or phone, you can browse our stock from the comfort of your own home. Refine and filter your search online by make, model and even budget. When browsing, you'll be able to see pictures, videos and a 360 view of the car you've selected. Your dedicated sales specialist will be on hand to send you a personalised walk-around video answering any questions you may have. You can use our digital finance calculator to tailor the car to a budget that suits you. Alternatively, you can speak to a member of our team via telephone, email, live chat or virtual appointments. Reserving your car online for £99 is simple, affordable and refundable. We ensure that every car is sanitised for your safety and peace of mind before handover. Barrett's, in partnership with Kent County Cricket Club. Together, we are Kent.
Cricket, it's Countdown Cricket, a brand new way for us to play this summer. To bowl, bat and field, to be confident and take our chances. This is our game.
Making new friends, challenging ourselves, and always having fun. This is our game. Dynamo's Cricket is our game.
At Barrett, it is now easier, quicker and safer to buy your new used vehicle online. Whether you're on the computer, tablet or phone, you can browse our stock from the comfort of your own home. Refine and filter your search online by make, model and even budget. When browsing, you'll be able to see pictures, videos and a 360 view of the car you've selected. Your dedicated sales specialist will be on hand to send you a personalised walk-around video answering any questions you may have. You can use our digital finance calculator to tailor the car to a budget that suits you. Alternatively, you can speak to a member of our team via telephone, email, live chat or virtual appointments. Reserving your car online for £99 is simple, affordable and refundable. We ensure that every car is sanitised for your safety and peace of mind before handover. Barrett's, in partnership with Kent County Cricket Club. Together, we are Kent.
Because my friends can sport me, like when you're about to hit the ball, you can get sport.
There are lots of children who can't access absolutely everything, and for this, there's no one at our school that wouldn't be able to do it. They were absolutely loving it on the way here. We had really happy kids actually, all of them really pleased to get together. They're making friends with children in different year groups with different interests. A lot of them are quite shy, quite reserved, and here it is a very different ballgame.
After first go cricket, I really scared to play, and now I'm calm. After it's so amazing and stuff.
And you have your friends with you, don't you?
Yes, all the two of my friends with me. If I don't have them, I will be lonely. Now I'm out this place, I'm really happy. Really, really, really happy. Yes.
Adrian brings together pretty much every aspect of a good coach that you could ask for. He's got a great relationship with children, he builds good relationships with teachers, and he works really hard to engage with his local clubs and street cricket sessions to make sure children know where they can go if they want to continue playing cricket.
The impact the children have had since Adrian's been coming, they absolutely love it. I often get asked at the beginning of the week, when's he in? He is the highlight of their week. They really, really look forward to the sessions and they find them so enjoyable and rewarding.
He turns boring things into really fun games, and you can also play it with your friends.
Have fun, that is the most important thing, isn't it? Agreed? I really love being a cricket coach. It's something that I get tremendous enjoyment out of. I look forward to every day at work and have a great time, and hopefully that radiates onto the children. I'd love to see more of the youngsters who are behind us here getting involved at club level and enjoying the game for many years to come.
We're extremely proud as a county, and we're incredibly fortunate to have him. The fact that he gets such glowing feedback wherever he goes is an inspiration to us as a team. We're a very lucky county to have him delivering a programme like Chance to Shine.
I would describe Adrian as amazing.
Friendly.
Fun. Amazing.
Fantastic.
Inspiring.
He's the greatest teacher of all.
think probably like a lot of people, I fell into it. I was working in town in a sales job, which was good in lots of ways, but didn't really suit me. I like being outside. I like working with kids as well.
We first met James when he came to us to fulfil the role of our mascot, Victor, at one of our school competitions. He made such an impression on the team that we explored with him the opportunity of becoming a coach. On a normal year, James will work in best part of 20 schools that will take him near to seeing sort of 900 children on a fairly regular basis.
Cricket is the vehicle that we use to give children the chance to learn and develop. So we're looking to improve their social skills. There's some leadership and communication involved with that. There's a whole array of other soft skills, if you like, that they're using.
I like James as a coach because he includes everybody.
He makes it really fun by doing lots of fun games and helping us a lot.
It's been really useful on a professional level from my point of view to watch how James adapts the activities to make it suitable for the less able, but also to challenge those that are really sporty and are enjoying it.
In terms of how valuable James is to Ken, I mean, short of wanting to take him to a lab so that we can create a few more James Reeds to service all of the schools across the county, I mean, he's phenomenal.
So I think children who are maybe less traditionally sported than some of the other kids can find their niche in cricket.
I missed the ball completely and they hit the scums who'd still say, good try, carry on, you can get it next round, and encouragements and stuff. He is the kindest coach I've ever known of.
James is a phenomenal candidate for the Coach of the Year award because of the pride and thought that he takes into his work in order to spread the power of cricket to the children that he works with.
I just want the kids to have had fun playing cricket. I don't mind whether they bowl with a straight arm, whether they stand in the right way or hold the bat in an interesting way. That's not what I'm here to do. As long as they say, yeah, cricket, that's good, that's all I want.
I love playing cricket and thanks for teaching us. I don't want the cricket to end. Thank you for being such a great cricket teacher.
Till play, a little bit of a preview for you. Very happy to say that it looks like we will get underway at 11 o'clock. Everything looking well. Covers off the ground. Weather fine, some high cloud. Hoping we won't get any rain interruptions today. Kent playing Glamorgan, final day of this county championship match. Glamorgan set to resume at 64 for 3. That's their overnight total anyway. 243 in arrears of Kent's first innings. It'll be me, Matt Cole, and Nick Webb on microphone duty today throughout at the Spitfire Ground, St Lawrence. And we'll be joined by David Hathrill, who's Kent women's coach, victorious Kent women's coach, unbeaten this season, will be joining us a bit later on as well for his expertise. We'll be starting around about 5 to 11 on the commentary on this stream. Well, good morning.
Excitement.
Yes, indeed. We should tell you, having done a preview 10 minutes ago when I told you that Glamorgan was set to resume at 64 for 3, they're not resuming at 64 for 3. They have declared. It's Kent Glamorgan, final day. Matt Cole and Nick Webb with you in the chair to start the day, and it'll be Kent batting, 243 ahead. And looks like the two sides, Nick, have set up a game here, or they're about to set up a game anyway in the next hour or so.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see how demanding the target is, because to get this sort of declaration, it usually requires some sort of approximation of an agreement of target and overs.
Although it's going to be Michael Neeser to start, is it, I think, from the pavilion end, and bowls to Ollie Robinson, who just angles the bat to backward square and takes a single run there, gets on with it. And if they are concocting, then just wonder how long Glamorgan's strike bowlers will be on, Nick, whether we'll have buffet bowling or whether... I'm trying to work out the...
I'm not sure whether we'll need it, because if Kent gets something like 50, 60 off in the first hour, say, leave Glamorgan 78 to 80 overs to score 300, 320. You wouldn't have thought they'd want to chase more than 4 and over.
So it's Neeser bowling then too. Cox gets a little bit large on him there, but manages to guide it down. I'd say a little bit edgy through third man, and gets himself a run. That certainly surprised him, didn't it? Looked like it got big on him on the off stump, and he's run it down to third man for a single. So Kent are 3 for none, as they took 2 there, did they? No, just they just took the 1 there, didn't they?
I think it was 2.
It was 2? Beg your pardon, yes, sorry, it's Cox back there. You did get 2, I do apologise. So yeah, I was doubting the evidence of the scoreboard there, I should know better. 3 for none then, of a couple of balls here, and Kent start 243 ahead. Neeser bowling, they've even started before 11 o'clock, they're very keen to get on with it. That's a nice shot, just guided through mid-wicket by Jordan Cox from a full-length delivery, and that will be 4 runs and 7 for none, which, yeah.
I'd be surprised if we needed joke bowling, to be honest.
Yeah. I wonder if the two sides here will be feeling each other out. Certainly Kent thinking, wait a minute, if the ball's going to scorch across the outfield and it looks pretty easy to bat, we might need a few more runs, I don't know.
Yeah, you'd have thought there'd been some sort of loose zone of a target, agreed.
Before Glamorgan declared, obviously, as this is turned off the pads by Cox down to long leg, and that's a single taken, 8 for none, so the lead at 251 here. Pretty brisk to start, I have to say, with 8 off the first 4 balls. Again, if I was Kent looking at that, thinking, wait a minute, the strike rate. They're going to go at 2 a ball. What do we need to set them for 80 overs? Could be a mammoth total. Be an update with BBC Radio Kent's radio listeners, by the way, coming up in a couple of minutes' time. Neeser bowls to Robinson, up on his toes, pushing into the offside. 3 slips in at least to start this morning. No run.
So Kent win the battle of the bonus points 4-3.
Do you think that was part of the negotiations? Do you think, well, if you're going to take an extra bonus point, then we need, who knows what happened behind closed doors, but we'll have a game set up for us at least. Neeser to, or Robinson wraps him on the pad, he gets well forward, looks, well, I mean, we're at long off, but it looks like it might have been going down leg from the way it rebounded forward anyway on the leg side. 8 for none. I don't know why I'm even trying to guess, Nick, to be honest, from here. But there we are. We will be returned, I gather, to the other commentary box sometime during the summer. We'll have a better idea of what's going down the barrel of the pitch. End of the first over, then 8 for none. Kent lead by 251. And Neeser's first over. And is it going to be Hogan from the far end? No, it's not.
Van der Hoogten, possibly.
Indeed, yeah. Who was very mean indeed with his figures, wasn't he, in the start of his bowling in the Kent first innings?
Yes, he barely went for 1 and over the opening overs of his action, and looked in a little bit better nick than Hogan this time out. So Van der Hoogten to run down the slope from the Nackington Road end. Your correspondent has a mere 3 layers on, which is a record low for the match.
And sun's threatening to come out.
Van der Hoogten is in to bowl to Cox down leg side and take by Cook. And
yes, it's certainly milder than yesterday to start, and which I gather from the evidence on the first 2 days, it was absolutely perishing up here in the Underwood North Stand. So
it was pretty windy on Thursday and even more windy on Friday.
Just going to take over this ball as I think an update coming for BBC Radio Kent early on this final day. Indeed, now Van der Hoogten bowling to Cox, drives it past the bowler. And Kent are 8 for none, make that 12 for none. Why batting, you might ask, as Glamorgan was 64 for 3 overnight. Glamorgan have declared on that total 243 behind Kent. So Kent's lead now is 255, and Glamorgan have declared the two sides are going to concoct some sort of run chase later today. We will have some jeopardy in this game and a possibility of both sides winning it. We think Kent will probably bat for about an hour. Set Glamorgan perhaps 300, maybe a little bit more in the 75 or 80 overs left in the game. And we'll have some competitive cricket for the spectators who've been very patient so far in this game with all that time lost to rain to watch this game on the final day. Kent then 12 for none. They're 2-5-5 ahead in their second innings. Robinson 1, Cox 11, and commentary continuing via the BBC Sport website and app.
So here comes Van der Hoogten and is in to bowl, and Cox plays out on the offside, thinks about a quick single, and it is not there.
So yeah, during that update he had a straight drive for 4. It'll push back past the bowler, actually nicely timed, but as I said, 12 for none, 2-5-5 the lead then.
Indeed so. As still under cloudy skies, it was a bit brighter when we arrived at the ground this morning, but it's clouded over as Cox shoulders arms to one outside off stump from Van der Hoogten. Robinson is now batting in just a shirt, which means that we can see his number 21. Cox in a sleeveless sweater and short sleeve shirt.
Still brought all the layers today. I wasn't going to be fooled by this, just in case, Nick. I don't know about you, but you didn't leave anything back at the hotel thinking, oh, it's going to be balmy today. Maybe not.
As Van der Hoogten bowls again, and Robinson is Cox is forward, pushing out on the offside. There is no run. It's the end of the over, and it's 12 without loss. The lead 2-5-5 for Kent. If you are just tuning in, logging on or whatever, a couple of moments late, then Glamorgan declared overnight 64 for 3, which implies that Kent have agreed to declare at some point early this morning, or halfway through the first session maybe.
Yeah, I mean, obviously they could make it quicker by immediately forfeiting their second innings, Kent, couldn't they? But that would have been a little bit too generous at that point, I think.
Yeah.
It's Nisa to bowl then, from the pavilion end, bowling to Robinson. It'll punch into the onside, fielded at square leg, and no run. It's 12 for none is the score. It's an interesting one. Obviously, as you say, it looks like there's not going to be any gimme bowling here. So I guess bowlers here are bowling for their averages, aren't they, to an extent?
Yep. I mean, Kent will score enough runs to declare.
Yeah, at some point. Nisa to Robinson, up on his toes, and guides that into the offside, and there's no run, fielded at point.
So it doesn't really matter whether, say, it's 70 for no wicket or 70 for 9, apart from the averages of those concerned.
And however much cricketers might say, well, you know, it's all about the team effort. It's not bad to have more runs on the board, is it? I suppose as well. The selectors look at statistics, don't they? Obviously, the coaches do at the end of the season as well. This one's pushed back on the back foot. Good ball by Nisa, actually. good length up to mid-off.
Yeah, when I talked to Kieran Carlson about the end of the game last week, which they came in a meaningless situation at 5 o'clock with Carlson 88 not out. I said we could have stayed out there an extra couple of overs. He said, well, it's about the team really, and I don't mind having a not out next to me, Dame.
All goes on the a little bit of sawdust coming out for foot marks. Grip for Nisa. It's coming over the wicket, the right-hander from this pavilion end. And this part of the pitch, where actually towards where we're sitting, the slope runs off here, so it's not a great surprise, I think, that there might be a little bit of a grip issue. The umpires were very concerned with that area yesterday. It's pushed forward by Robinson, just a little bit outside of the bat there into the offside. No run there. He sends his batting partner Jordan Cox back as Carlson fields at extra cover.
It'll be interesting to see whether more members arrive today during the course of the morning session, having learned about the declaration and the possibility of a decent run chase and both sides pressing for victory.
Nisa bowls to Robinson once more, defends it into the offside, no run. As, the ball dribbles up to Dan Douthwaite at mid-off. 3 slips in there, point, extra cover, mid-on, mid-off. Square leg, long leg as well. No, it's a good point, isn't it? If you think you're going to see some competitive cricket and could be a result at the end of the day, perhaps people being more encouraged to come in, even though slightly clouding over at the moment. So Nisa bowls to Robinson on his toes again. And that's just a little push into the offside. That's going to race away on the square, as it were, for 4 runs into the side. He's on to 5 is Robinson. Kent 16 for none. Cox is 11.
I mean, I might be doing them an injustice there, but it seemed to me that Salter and Carlson, one of them might have put in a dive there in normal circumstances. They were some distance behind the ball, to be fair, but
it felt fairly procedural.
Yes,
I think it's fair to say that. Yes,
but it's not the end of the world if Kent get 4 rather than 3 off that particular shot. 16 without loss, lead 2-5-9 for Kent. As Van der Hoogten from the Nackington Road end bowls, and that's off some part of the bat or anatomy down to short fine leg. It was bat. No, it wasn't bat, says umpire Middlebrook. Leg by signalled. 17 without loss. 260 ahead. I'm sure there are people joining us all the time. The news that headline news that Glamorgan declared overnight on 64 for 3, 243 runs in arrears. And we are set for some sort of full innings run chase in the next hour or thereabouts. Van der Hoogten to Robinson, who's clipping that one down to square leg. Single taken, 18 without loss. Joe Cook is the fielder there, arrowing his throw into the gloves of Chris Cook, and you have to feel sorry for Joe Cook, a young man struggling for form and battling to retain his place in the side, and he was the only victim in the 35 minutes play that we saw last night, bowled by Matthew Quinn for 10. Quinn finishing with 2 for 10 as his figures, as Van der Hoogten bowls, and Cox sends that one out to mid-wicket. Joe Cook is again fielder, and again they've gone through for a single.
I think it's fair to say it wasn't a nice time to bat last night under the floodlights, and something Sam Billings said, he was, they were hoping for more of a go at Glamorgan last night. Would we have 35 minutes in the whole day, and we would have had an hour and a bit, and from a Kent point of view, they knew that the light wasn't great, and it was, batsmen sitting round all day.
Van der Hoogten into Robinson, who sends that one through the offside for 4. Nice back foot punch up the hill to the hospital side of the ground, and a smattering of applause as Kent have got off to a rapid start here. 23 without loss in this, the 4th over, so shows the ball is travelling reasonably over the outfield despite all the rain that we've had.
Yeah, I said that'll well, I don't know how much these agreements get flexible when these sort of things happen, and you can understand, as you were saying, perhaps the fielders aren't throwing themselves at everything as if it was a T20 match, but are the bowlers holding back? I wouldn't have thought that either Nisa or Van der Hoogten would be.
As Van der Hoogten bowls, and that's pushed out on the offside by Robinson, straight to cover. There's no run.
Or does Chris Cook whisper in their ear, just bowl a little bit back, make it look easy? Does that help? I'm not sure if it does or not.
I think if they were trying to feed Kent runs, the likes of the skipper himself would be bowling, or someone who really doesn't care about their bowling average.
Yeah, you can imagine the opening bowlers getting a little bit cross with the thought of just giving them runs.
Van der Hoogten bowls, and Robinson glances down to square leg. Again, the single taken, 24 without loss. And we're through 4 overs of the opening session, but already it's got a little bit chillier and a little bit darker in terms of the clouds.
Murky, it's fair to say. Will the floodlights go up at some point? I would have thought there was a case for it now.
Are they allowed to put them up during the course of the day, presumably, or during the course of an interval? They have to be, I suppose, they turn on once they're up, don't they?
Yeah, so I don't think there's... I think they can go up during the game, but I don't know if
that's all right.
I don't know how much it interferes with the batsman's sight lines if they're moving in the background.
Yeah,
they don't go on until they're fully up. So Nisa bowls with... Is that a withdrawal of the bat through to the wicketkeeper? That looked rapid, actually, to wicketkeeper Chris Cook there. And Robinson made a show of taking the bat away from that, certainly. Decent delivery.
I think that answers your point. The bowlers are going full out.
Yeah. That just seemed half a yard quicker, perhaps.
Yeah.
I think...
Yes, he is capable of bending his back into the odd delivery to get an extra couple of MPH or KPH.
First time I've seen him in the flesh, and it's good. Full length delivery, that one. Dug out into the onside. It's about a run. Cox is backing up a long way down the pitch, but it's fielded at mid-on eventually. It's picking out the fielder there. That's Joe Cook, isn't it? 57?
Yes, Joe Cook is 57.
Yeah. Mid-wicket.
Throwing himself enthusiastically around in the field.
But great to see some cricket, and great to have your company on BBC Radio Kent, BBC Wales, BBC Online. Thanks for being with us. Here's a drive that goes up in the air, not quite where Robinson had intended, and it's going to get 2 runs. They're going to get 4. That's a stop by Douthwaite. And they'll come back for 3. One might say if one was being picky for the extra run, he might have been in contact with the rope when he slid back, but no one's going to care much about that. And a brisk 3 taken, but certainly not where Ollie Robinson was aiming. In fact, I don't think he realised where the ball was until Jordan Cox was backing up almost at his end, 27 for now.
No, if that had been a little bit straighter, it might have been straight down Douthwaite's throat at mid-off, but he's a conventional mid-off.
Like he was clipping it more through long on than anything, but... He's deceived him, but 3 runs nonetheless, 27 for none. And Nisa bowls, and that's just squared Cox up a little bit, that full-length delivery. Nisa hands to head as it squirts out on the offside, all on the ground, so safe and single taken. The lead at 271, Kent 28 for none. As Nick's been saying, if you're just joining us, Glamorgan declared their overnight total of 64 for 3. These two sides are concocting something for a run chase for Glamorgan a bit later on, perhaps not too far later on, in fact. The way things are, 271 the lead. It's cooler now here. Bouncer, was it just back a length from Nisa, and rapid again, going past head height. Ollie Robinson leaves it 28 for none.
Well, if it does get chilly this afternoon, I have got vast amounts of clothing in the car just at the top end of the ground, so don't think we'll get to the stage where a championship game a couple of years ago at Newport where I was distributing cricket jerseys among the commentary team.
Nisa to Robinson down the leg side. Is that a strangle? Half appeal from Chris Cook.
And he's gone.
He has gone. As I said, he just cast his gaze to the heavens there, and Robinson has gone. He didn't wait for the finger. He has flicked it down the leg side, and Nisa has got him for 14. Caught by Chris Cook. Bowled Nisa. Robinson goes for 14, and almost no fanfare there. It was a half appeal. Robinson, to be fair to him, has just walked. 28 for 1, lead of 271.
Yeah, the keeper must have been pretty sure to have such a quiet appeal, really. Yeah. 28 for 1, lead 271, and that is the last ball of the 5th over here on BBC Sport Online. So I don't think that one will particularly count in the stats against Ollie Robinson, doing a job trying to force the issue early on in the innings. Looks a little bit disconsolate as the lanky figure of Zach Crawley makes his way to the wicket to replace him, and Crawley, of course, who will be off on England duty for much of June, having been retained in the Test match squad.
He could do some runs though, Zach Crawley. He's not been lighting things up by his very high standards, I would say. He's had a couple of decent innings already in this early part of the county championship.
Yeah, averaging 35 coming into this match. Had a first innings quacker, so it's gone down a little bit. But he won't be on strike for the time being, because it is Van der Hoogten to Cox, and that is fielded at gully by Marnus Labuschagne, who fielded that without much fuss, and it was hit pretty hard at him. Can't have been too far away from him. Would undoubtedly have run away for 4 down to third man had he not intercepted it. 28 for 1 then, Kent, here on BBC Sport Online. If you want to contact us via Twitter, it's at BBC Kent Sports or at NickWeb 2017, as Van der Hoogten is into bowl, and that's driven through wide mid-on by Cox. They'll pick up a couple of runs there as the ball is hauled in by Hogan, some 15 metres inside the mid-wicket boundary. The email, kentcricket@gmail.com, because Matt's better at reading than I am. 30 for 1, lead 273.
You're very kind. I could do with the practice, I think is what he's saying. It's all
right, I can't see your lips moving anymore. Van der Hoogten to Cox, allows that one to go through, comes back in a bit, taken by by Cook going down the leg side. So conventional cricket being played, despite the declaration and the fact that Kent are setting up a run chase. We've got normal bowling, almost normal field being set, although square leg and point are deep at this early stage of proceedings, acknowledging Kent's more attacking instincts. So 3 on the boundary, but 2 slips in the gully, as that's worked away off an inside edge and pad down to fine leg. Dowthwaite fields, throw comes in, but Cox it for his second run.
I suppose Kester on the emails and kentcricket at gmail.com saying, very interesting, but will Kent really take up the challenge and give Glamorgan a chance? It's just tuned in, and look what we have, he says. Given Kent's pathetic effort in the last game, he says, will they really go for it or make it so impossible for Glamorgan that they simply close up shop after losing a couple of wickets in a run chase for 400, says Kester. Good morning to you. Well, that is a question indeed, but we're hoping.
As Van der Hoogten bowls and Cox allows it to go through outside off stump.
I mean, it's eminently possible that Glamorgan have done this unilaterally and given Kent the incentive, but...
Well, I'm not sure if can you declare unilaterally, because you'd be asked to follow on then if,
well, I suppose,
if the opposition were being really unsporting.
If it were a surprise, I suppose, yeah. Well, that would be interesting.
It would cause a few headlines, wouldn't it?
It wouldn't be cricket.
As Van der Hoogten bowls to Cox, who pulls and will get runs out through mid-wicket. It's a long chase for Joe Cook, but the ball travelling relatively slowly, and he just manages to flick it back inside the ropes, and they'll go through for 3 runs there. So Cox motoring along nicely. He moves up to 20 off 18 deliveries, and Kent to 35 for 1 off 6 overs, and that is a lead of 278 over Glamorgan. So I suspect the declaration might come around about midday, because they should have, well, might even have to be before midday if the lead is to 3:30ish by then, because as you say, if Kent's target is too large, then Glamorgan might feel less inclined to chase it for longer.
Yeah. Some scepticism then from Kester, but we'll see what happens. Certainly Kent have gone, I mean, they're not swinging for the bleachers exactly at this point, but they're getting on with it, and that's another attractive shot from Jordan Cox. That's a drive into the offside, and it's fielded by Joe Cook into the leg side, sorry, for a single, and they're on to 36 for 1. Corney's still yet to score.
Good morning to Rick Walton, listening and watching in Pembrokeshire, where the weather seems somewhat inclement. Posts pictures of trees blowing round furiously.
My last holiday before the lockdown, that was in Pembrokeshire.
All right.
Beautiful part of the world, in near Milford Haven, along the coast from there. So, shot from Crawley, and that's gone wide of mid-off. They're running. It is going really quickly down the hill now. That'll be Forbes. Douthwaite won't stop that one, and Crawley gets off the mark with his first delivery, 4 off it, and Kent at 40 for 1. But yes, remember that. Remember holidays.
Yeah, well, to be honest, I can't complain last year because I did actually manage to get abroad. But it's strange that you say that, because I was in Pembrokeshire just as everything was shutting up for a couple of nights in Tenby as well. And I think there were 2 couples in the restaurant or something on our last night there.
It's Nisa now to Crawley, just defends it into the offside. He's looking to get forward. Crawley very attacking, has been all season in fact, not just on this occasion when perhaps Kent are looking to push the score on.
Yeah, I managed to get to Greece at the end of the season for a week last year, thankfully, getting out of Wales some 12 hours before it became illegal to do so, I think.
It's the last chopper out of Cardiff, was it? As Nisa bowls, and it's run down through third man by Crawley, and that'll be 4 more runs for him. He started pretty quickly, 8 from 3.
Yeah, that was just glided away, deliberately played angled down into the gap between the 2 slips and the gully.
Sorry, I beg your pardon. This is my over as well, isn't it?
Oh, sorry.
I've left. No. I've left it to you, I think, Nick. So, apologies. While I was waxing lyrical about Pembrokeshire, that's what it was.
There we are.
I've got an excuse, but why don't you carry on to the end? This probably makes more sense. We'll swap ends. New form of attack.
Nisa is in to bowl to Crawley, who drives and will get runs here. 4 of them. Douthwaite got a fingertip to it. Will it slow up enough? It's trickling down towards the long off boundary. Douthwaite chases furiously and again flicks it back just inside the ropes. And again, he's saved 1 run. The umpire asks the question. Again, it's one of those that you really can't tell. Douthwaite kicks the ropes back into place.
I doubt he'll know, will he?
You don't really know, do you? As he waves his hands at the umpire, I don't know.
What do you think? Yeah.
It's in front of us. We should have taken a quick picture of it and emailed it to the umpire.
Third umpires by proxy.
Here's Nisa in again, bowls, and forward comes Cox defensively. 47 for 1. Kent in double quick time, just 7 overs bowled. Lead is 240. No, the scoreboard has gone back to 44 and then up to 47.
Oh, groggy.
They weren't sure whether it was 3 or 4. We think the lead is 290.
Yeah.
7 overs gone. If you take off the 2 between innings, then that's a maximum of 87 left in the day's play now.
290, 87. Is it time to get the calculator up? I think it is.
Could be.
It will be. So Crawley takes strike. He's on 11-21 for Jordan Cox. He's look at his scores. He got a 60 against Lancashire, 90 against Yorkshire, 85 last week against Sussex. But each time we've talked to him, Zach Crawley, and it's not, he's not playing a game with the media. He says should have been 100, should have been more. That's disappointing. I need to score more. As Van Hoeken bowls to him, he just drops off hands on that out towards point, and there's no runs. Labuschagne feels just the 1 slip in now.
John Evans says, bring it on Twitter. Indeed.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds as though it's not the best weather back at home in Wales, or in large parts of it anyway. Rick in Pembrokeshire says, barely credible that cricket is possible anywhere on the island of the UK, that is. But well, I guess we're a fair way east from Pembrokeshire here, about as far east as you can get, almost.
It's a lateral move. This one's jack of a length, left by Crawley through to the wicket-keeper.
Ian Evans on Twitter says, interesting declaration. What would a feasible target be? Well, I'd be surprised if Glamorgan wanted to chase more than 320, and Kent 290 ahead already.
Andrew on Twitter, BBC Kent Sports, saying, why didn't Steve-O open the batting? Well, it's a good point. Maybe they don't want to go that fast, Andrew, I don't know. As sorry, Van Hoogten bowls his cut into the offside to Point and Labuschagne Fields. I'll do some commentating at some point, Nick. How about that this morning?
I don't mind. I'm easy.
Thank goodness David Hatherall's here as my replacement later on. I think I'm just, it feels like I'm retiring at this point. But David on the email is quite a long one, so I might have to review that, David, and do it between overs. But thank you on kentcricket@gmail.com. Thank you, Andrew, as well. Crawley's getting on with it, in answer to your question. 11 of 7, but he gives that through to Chris Cook, and there's no run. 11 for Crawley, 21 for Cox. And just one wicket to fall this morning. Michael Neser going at 7 and over, but they are getting on with it, Ken. There's no doubt they're not seeing these all off, as it were, not leaving every good ball. Going for it as well.
Yeah, Glamorgan down to 1 slip now. David Lloyd is the only man next to Chris Cook.
There's Van Hoogten over the wicket now to Crawley. Treats suspiciously again. And just dropped into the offside, fielded by Labuschagne.
And on that offside, Glamorgan have now got a third man and a cover on the boundary.
Yeah, so 4 men out in total, actually, haven't they? They've got a long leg as well and a deep square leg. Pushed out there, Kieran Carlson, I think, at a deep square leg, and Dan Dathwaite just below us. But yeah, it does beg a belief almost that we've got cricket, but we're keeping everything crossed that we do all the way through the day. This one's left by Crawley, 4th stump line it looked like, from opposition at a deep fine leg. A maiden from Tim van der Hoogten, which in the context of it, good over. None for 18 for him of 4. And Kent looking to back towards a declaration, we presume. How many will they think they need? 47 for 1, lead by 290 if you're just joining us. Glamorgan declaring it that overnight total of 64 for 3, 243 in arrears at that point. 290 Kent lead by now.
Yeah, maybe another 30 runs off half a dozen overs. 320 off 80 sounds a nice sort of equation, principally because it means it's easy for us to work out at 4 runs and over. But interesting stuff. Gloucestershire, it seems, are being saved by the rain in the West Country derby, because they 25 for 5 in reply to Somerset's 300 for 8 declared. 3 wickets for Craig Overton and 2 for Josh Davey.
There's a game that
off now at Bristol.
I was going to say a game that looked like it didn't have anything in it, but those early wickets, perhaps, if they can get back on. There's a Hogan it is now.
Bowling to Cock, defends that one back down the wicket, and there is no run. There's play in 4 of the matches currently, I make it. At Chelmsford, Warwickshire 21 for 0 in their second innings, and that is still 30 runs behind Essex, so that looks like a battle for survival for Warwickshire. One-sided affair at Trent Bridge. Nottinghamshire 400 for 5 declared. Worcestershire 63 for 8. There's Hogan bowls, and forward Cox defending out on the offside. No run. Luke Fletcher there has got 7 for 26 for Notts.
It's not bad.
Tearing Worcestershire apart again with a couple more wickets today. At the Oval, Surrey are 151 for 3 in their second innings. That's a lead of 183 over Middlesex. As Hogan lopes up the hill away from us and bowls, and that's driven by Cox straight to Lisa at mid-on, and there's no run. So there could be a declaration by Surrey somewhere around lunchtime, maybe.
Certainly with Middlesex's batting lineup looking somewhat fragile this season, I think it's fair to say.
And those are the games that are being played. They're due to start in about a quarter of an hour at Derby. As Hogan bowls, and that's pushed on the offside. Little dab and run by Cox. 48 for 1 Kent. Derby 258, Durham 20 for 2. They'll need a bit of ingenuity to work a game out of that one, the same as we've had here. And nothing much continues to happen at Northampton. Lancashire 75 for 1. And 28.1 overs is the sum total of the 3 and a bit days action.
They went off in a hailstorm yesterday, didn't they? I think.
Oof. Hogan bowls, Crawley turns nicely past square leg, will jog through for a single. 49 for 1 Kent.
I don't know if I even want to mention it, but it's raining at the moment.
Oh dear. Well, I thought it was going to work its way eastwards, and maybe if there is bad weather around, that it would hit us relatively late in the day.
It's bright, isn't it? Which is and windy, so
bright and breezy.
Yeah, that'll blow past. So.
Like the Kent innings so far. Hogan into Cox, and he pens to mid-wicket. No run. End of a tight over by Hogan, just conceding a couple of singles. 49 for 1. The lead for Kent is 292.
Yeah. And the rain very conveniently blowing straight into our faces here in the Underwood Knot stand. But we won't moan because we're watching live cricket. And we'll try not to get electrocuted as well, because all the insurance premiums go way up when that happens, doesn't it? But update for BBC Radio Kent listeners coming very shortly. And hopefully we'll be staying on as well, which we are at the moment. So just updating our radio listeners in a moment time. Our presenter Andy Garland. Well, Kent 49 for 1. A very sporting declaration by Glamorgan overnight. 64 for 3 means we've got a proper game on this final day of this county championship match. A little bit of rain in the air, but they're not coming off for it at the moment because it's bright as well, as Zach Crawley, Kent's England man, drives into the offside. He's on to 13 now. Jordan Cox has T2. So Kent on to 50 runs now. They are 293 ahead. We think they'll get 300 plus ahead and then put Glamorgan back in for Glamorgan to chase the runs, and hopefully from a Kent point of view, obviously Kent bowl them out for a victory on this final day, so we have proper jeopardy in this game and a proper match being set up, we hope, and we hope the rain stays away for the rest of the day. Just spits and spots in the air at the moment. We're pretty bright here at the Spitfire Ground, St Lawrence, with Kent now 51 for 1, 294 ahead. With cricket, Andy, and we've got a game on too. And the ball just run down into third man there by Cox for a singles. The rain continues. It's going to blow away though. Come on, let's be positive about this. Nick's all positivity. He believes it too. Here's Dan Dathwaite to bowl to Crawley, driven back past the bowler. That is an attractive shot. Again, hardly any backlift, all timing, and beautifully done by Zach Crawley. He moves on to 17 from 13. Cox has 23 from 26. 55 for 1. We're getting near that. I don't want to say watershed, just in case that's tempting fate. But
who put the water into the watershed?
Yeah, quite. Getting near that 300, and if they stay on here, I think we're looking at the point where Kent are going to have to start deciding how many they want to be ahead and how competitive it's going to be for the rest of the day. This one's defended in the offside, no run.
Edward Cooper, if Kent wanted to get on with it, shouldn't they have put Darren Stevens in to open or one down?
Well, Andrew on Twitter was saying exactly the same. So, yeah, great minds think alike on that one. So, as I said, Zach Crawley he is getting on with it, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, positive approach from the batsman.
Douthwaite bowls to him, and it just drops into the offside this time. It's fielding by Labuschagne. stretching to field that one, underarms it back to the bowler. They come through for a comfortable single, 56 for 1.
Sam Blackledge says good on Glamorgan for trying to make a game of it. Amir Evans, interesting to see where Kent pull out here. Looks like a decent wicket because it's effectively day 2. This is a good point,
That's
really.
That's a very good point, yeah. Doesn't look like there's much sweating under the covers from the pitch, certainly in the way that it's not moving, I suppose. Lovely clip through the onside from Jordan Cox. That'll be 4 runs, full-length delivery, and he's just creamed that through mid-wicket for 4, and they go on to... Oh, it's going to be the hokey-cokey again from the scoreboard, but 60 for 1, and the lead is more than 303 now. David's email, by the way. Good morning, he says. Thanks for the commentary as always, he said. Irritating, I missed Darren Stevens' fireworks.
Oh, no.
Oh, wait a minute. Is this a declaration or are they coming off for rain? David, we might have to adjourn this because they're coming off. The bowlers are coming out. I think that is a declaration from Kent. 60 for 1. Well, they're getting applause from Miguel Cummings and Darren Stevens as they come off. The bails have stayed on, Nick, so I can only assume this is a declaration by Kent.
Yeah, it's come
sporting
slightly earlier than I expected. 304 to win now for Glamorgan.
From 84, will it be? Have they already taken the 2 off? No, they haven't.
No, they haven't.
10 overs, 96, yeah, 84 overs.
304 in 84.
Yeah.
You got the calculator up yet?
Any minute now. I mean, I'm doing it in my head, obviously.
Absolutely.
So let me think. 304 carry. The one. How many overs did you say?
84.
From.
I'll guess 3.8 is my guess.
3.62. There we go. So. Yeah, it's sporting from Kent, you have to say, but presumably the heads got together and decided. Having said that, I mean it's 3.6 odd. But it's a lot of runs. I think that's what both sides will say, isn't it? 300 is a lot to score in just under a day. Probably whatever the pitch is doing. So Glamorgan's certainly been bitten before with Glamorgan with declaration targets. Kent will be hoping to bowl them out, obviously, and there's 84 overs. Glamorgan hoping for those runs. So, yeah, shall we take a short break and come back, Nick? Is that the best
Why
idea?
not? We'll be back in around about 5 minutes' time here on BBC Sport Online.
Yeah, we'll be warming up just like the Kent bowlers and the Glamorgan openers.
Barrett, it is now easier, quicker and safer to buy your new used vehicle online. Whether you're on the computer, tablet or phone, you can browse our stock from the comfort of your own home. Refine and filter your search online by make, model and even budget. When browsing, you'll be able to see pictures, videos and a 360 view of the car you've selected. Your dedicated sales specialist will be on hand to send you a personalised walk-around video answering any questions you may have. You can use our digital finance calculator to tailor the car to a budget that suits you. Alternatively, you can speak to a member of our team via telephone, email, live chat or virtual appointments. Reserving your car online for £99 is simple, affordable and refundable. We ensure that every car is sanitised for your safety and peace of mind before handover. Barrett's, in partnership with Kent County Cricket Club. Together, we are Kent.
Moved apace this morning at the Spitfire
Breathless stuff, isn't it?
Compared to, what was it, 7-8 hours spectators waiting around yesterday for half an hour's play. In the space of this morning, we've had a Glamorgan declaration and a Kent declaration. So Glamorgan started the day by declaring on 64 for 3, Kent leading by 243 runs. So Kent racked up 60 in 10 overs. Robinson caught Cook bowled Nisa for 14, Cox 27 not out, Crawley 18 not out. Smartly declared, and Glamorgan have 304 to win off a minimum, they say. It'll be 84 overs.
It won't be any more than that.
No, it certainly won't, and hopefully no rain interruptions will reduce it any further, but 84 overs then, so around about 3.6 and over, and we have a proper game. So I was going to say, it's the best day to be listening and watching, but some might argue that Stephen's 190 was worth it. But, it's all in the past now, Nick. We're very much carpe diem, seizing the day, and for the spectators that are here, we've got a proper game set up then. It's one innings affair. Matt Quinn will open the bowling for Kent with Joe Cook, who was bowled out in the gloom last night. looking forward to getting some runs under his belt, perhaps propelling his team towards a victory here on the final day. Defended into the offside, and Daniel Bale-Drummond swoops on it at point. Just the three slips. It is 3 slips. Just lost Jordan Cox there behind Ollie Robinson as he came forward there from the angle we're looking at. So Ollie Robinson at wicket keeper. It's Cox, Crawley and Leaning, the 3 slips, 1 to 3. Bowler is Matt Quinn. Miguel Cummings is out there at point. There is at square leg rather. Mid wicket, mid on, mid off, or more or less an extra cover actually. Point field, Daniel Bale-Drummond, and a long leg as well as Quinn bowls Cook. Oh, it's just stuck in the pitch a little bit. He's played it into the offside. I think it might have hit the pad, but pretty high up. Darren Stevens is warming his arms up. He's actually warming his left arm up. He can do it all, that man. This is something else for Glamorgan to worry about. None for none, though. A stifled appeal. Didn't look like it was going anywhere near the stumps, though.
That might be a 10 to 5 trick if the game were to be going nowhere. Bit of left arm.
I mean, we've seen many things from Darren Stevens, and you're never fooled into thinking that he can't do stuff, but we doubt it somehow. Certainly not at the start, as Nick says. Sawdust coming out for Matt Quinn's.
Yes, they have had a lot of problems with the area just towards just our side of the square on the lower half of the ground. We're in the Underwood Knot stand, which is next to the cafe and not in our usual position.
So yeah, those if you've not been to Canterbury and you're watching on the stream, you may not be aware that the ground slopes down from the far end, the Nackington Road end, towards this pavilion end, and also has a bit of camber, is that the right word? From right to left as we look from the pavilion end as well. So certainly this lower end of the ground, the pavilion end, is where there's more likely to be a little bit of moisture still left in the outfield. And as Quinn bowls now, rising delivery. He's bowling pretty sharpish this morning. 3-dot balls so far, but Cook deals with that well. Off chest high, defending it back down to the ground, and there's no run. That target, 304 to win. As Nick was saying earlier, Kent have won the battle of the bonus points. They'll take 4 from this, and Glamorgan 3, but Glamorgan eyes wide and focused on 16 for a win, as both these sides are now. Quinn then bowling to Cook. Cook, forward defence, and there's no run. So I was halfway into an email from David, but we'll get to your emails in a...
They have the excitement of the declaration, yeah.
Yeah, sorry about that, David.
KentCricket@gmail.com. Keep Matt Cole busy.
Yeah.
He isn't busy enough already.
Certainly David said he missed Darren Stevens' fireworks. Left the house at 100 for 7 with a resigned sigh at Kent's poor form. I don't think you were the only one, David, either, but something it's quite extraordinary.
Are you putting a hand up to it, Matt?
Well, I perhaps resigned a little bit to what was happening, but should have known better. Quinn to a Cook, defends that, no run. 5-dot balls so far. But David says we were lucky enough to have a game yesterday morning, which I was umpiring. Into school, under 12, friendly. I've seen many things in my long history of umpiring at school levels, but not this. Batsman mistimes a full toss, which goes in front of him a long way into the air. No fielder able to get to it. However, the ball landed on the pitch about 2 yards in front of the crease. The batsman set off for a run. The ball then landed and spun back, somehow had the energy to hit the stumps at the batsman's end. So here's Quinn to Cook. Defends that, a little bit outside edgy, but along the ground to point. No run, none for none, and Maiden over to start. He says, the ball had enough energy to go back onto the stumps, dislodge a bail, so the batsman was bowled, having just about reached the other end. There's always something new in this wonderful game.
Wow.
So, David, thank you for that. He's looking at the rain radar rather anxiously, but yeah, that's a new one on me, I'd have to say.
Which begs the question, had it been 1 to win, and you've completed your run by the time you're bowled, do you win the match? There we are.
It feels like that old...
You are the umpire.
I was going to say the old
cartoon strips.
Cartoon strips, yes. If they completed the run, would he still been bowled? Well, the ball wouldn't be dead, presumably, would it? So, yes would be the answer, or no. or maybe one of the two.
If the ball strikes the posterior of a herd of cows at mid-wicket. Super Steve-O.
It's 4 at Canterbury, definitely. That's what they used to do with the tree, so I think...
Darren Stevens is in to bowl to David Lloyd, and Lloyd pushes forward. There's an appeal and no response from umpire Middlebrook. Well, that was quite a convinced appeal from the Kent entourage.
Yeah.
Wasn't convincing, obviously, otherwise Lloyd would be on his way back.
Did someone shout from Cow Corner there, looked out from here? I think it's fair to say it's all Kent supporters in the ground at the moment. Just taking a look at the replay. Well, maybe just. It's wouldn't say it's a tad high because the batsman's not that tall, but maybe just going down leg.
Stevens in to Lloyd, who drives through the covers, and not through the covers. Cover gets a hand to it, and there is no run as the ball bounces to mid-off.
I think that's Marcus O'Riordan out there with the diving stop. Nicely done by him.
Yeah, that would have been 4 runs had he not got a hand to it. Firmly struck by David Lloyd. 0 for 0, chasing 304 in 84, Glamorgan. So it's plenty of time for Kent potentially to bowl Glamorgan out. Need to get some momentum in this batting innings, and David Lloyd pushes forward up to mid-off, and there's no run. But I suspect that Glamorgan are going to take things, not gently, but just play everything on its merits for the first hour and see where they are at lunch.
I think that's pretty sensible, isn't it? Almost, I guess you almost go hour by hour, don't you, in that respect, just to have a look at where you are.
Stick the foot on the accelerator if you have wickets in hand, maybe mid-afternoon, as that ball is left by Lloyd. Outside off stump from Darren Stevens, whose contribution to this game has been immense.
He turned up on the second afternoon, waved the bat around a bit.
It's just to look and see his bowling figures. 1 for 18 off 8 in the first innings, as Lloyd gets the first run of the Glamorgan second innings, turning that one down to fine leg. Glamorgan's chase is underway. If you are just tuning in, logging on, and you're thinking, what on earth are you talking about, second innings? Then Glamorgan declared at 64 for 3 in their first innings. Kent declared at 60 for 1 in their second innings.
As David Lloyd took that run, Darren Stevens alongside him as he went in the crease there, just walking together, had a nice little chat. I think that's nice in inverted commas, maybe. I'm not sure. Very gregarious is Darren Stevens. 3 slips in behind.
As he bowls to Joe Cook, who turns that to mid-wicket, and there is no run. End of the Stevens over. Glamorgan are 1 without loss off 2, chasing 304 off 84, which I think we will probably need to say quite a lot during the course of the day, with people joining us all the time and dropping in for a spell here or there.
It's a very good point, yeah. What Darren Stevens said to the batsman there. Yeah, sorry for the loud appeal, David. I honestly thought that was out. But the umpire said it wasn't, so it obviously wasn't. Something like that. More emails coming in. A lot about the declaration, actually. Phil saying, is it because Sam Billings is back? Is it the one facet of having a standing captain? He said, it's a bit like driving someone else's car. You certainly don't want to crash it. I think it's fair to say that it's not just the captain who decides on when declarations are set. The head coach will have a big say in that as well. Setting targets, etc.
Yes, and there'll be consultation with the opposition as to what is the acceptable area for a chase.
What you can offer, etc. Yeah. Quinn then to bowl. 4 slips in now behind David Lloyd. And bowls, he takes it on the pull. It's a lovely shot all the way along the ground. Nowhere near the slips, that one. A little bit of lift, and Lloyd on that really quickly. Has scorched away.
He's strong square of the wicket. He's not the tallest, but he's certainly got enough muscle in that. And likes those square of the wicket shots. Emir Evans on Twitter, sporting from Kent, may be influenced by the weather. Well, it's difficult to factor the weather into it, really, in terms of taking overs out of the game. Maybe they think that it might be reduced to 70 or so if we have showers, but we just don't know that.
It's Quinn then to Lloyd. Little push into the onside, takes a run quickly, thrown underarm. That'll be 4 overthrows as Gilchrist, more or less sidearms, quite some speed. Quinn in his follow through. They're trying to run out there. It's worth going for, I have to say. I think it looked like Lloyd might have been in his ground anyway. Takes the quick single, which ends up being 5, and they're 10 for none, but worth a shot, I think.
Yep, maybe the backing up might have been a bit better. Who knows anyway?
Well, yeah.
It's good morning to Steve West, who's optimistic about Glamorgan's chances, but he usually is. Morning, Steve.
Well, a bit of optimism both ways. As Quinn bowls, he's got the strange count on his over so far. 4 off the first, 5 off the second ball, 9 from 2 balls. Quinn bowls now outside the off-stump, play and a miss, or certainly Cook got inside the line of it, and through to the wicket-keeper, the left-hander. Andrew, bit cross with Zach Crawley for leaving the ball too much this morning. He did score 18 off 16, as they made 60 for 1. But he didn't like the maiden over, accusing Zach Crawley of playing for England more than for Kent. But I think maybe just playing the ball on its merits, but there we go.
Not going to say no to England, are you?
I suppose not, and certainly he has accepted their call-up. Defensive shot by Cook to 6 ball from Quinn, and there is no run. And he's saying, interesting declaration. Pitch is good. Kent's bowling attack is by no means intimidating. He says so, although they might get a few overs with a second new ball under the clear blue skies, Glamorgan would expect to chase down 304, he thinks, in 84. But the weather introduces a couple of variables. Interruptions for rain or bad light will reduce the number of overs available, thereby upping the required run rate. And overhead cloud cover might help the bowlers. It's all in that computation, I think, between the two sides, Andy. Thank you very much for that. Here's Quinn then bowling. Straight drive, lovely shot. That's 4 runs. Straight back past the bowler. High elbow drives that with force. There's Joe Cook. And, well, certainly from this over, they've got 13 off it already, though 4 of those were overthrows.
Nice way for the young man to get off the mark, given that he's found it difficult so far. He really could do with a few. I'll be updating BBC Radio Wales listeners shortly.
And same for BBC Radio Kent listeners for us as well on this online stream on BBC Sport Online by BBC Radio Kent and BBC Wales as Quinn bowls to Cook. Just drops that into the offside. Think about a run, but Daniel Baldwin is herring in from point, so they don't take it. End of the over. Grant Stewart injured at the moment, but trotting on with some drinks for Quinn. He's bowled 2 overs. He wants to keep hydrated though. Very important. And he's holding his jumper as well, of course, with the COVID protocols. The umpire's not holding any jumpers. It's grey. It's a bit chilly, I have to say, and little spots of rain in the air. So we could be on and off, as Andy was saying. Make this declaration interesting. Just looking at the feed, and yeah, the wind is disturbing the cameras again as it gets up on this 4th day. 290 to win. 81 overs remaining in the day. Stevens bowls to Lloyd. Takes that off his front pad and glances it down to long leg, and single take. 15 for none, Glamorgan. Thanks for all your emails. KentCricket@gmail.com so far. Tweets on @BBC Kent Sport or @NickWebb 2017. You can see the wind is rustling the white trousers of the slips as they stand still, hands in pockets. It's getting a little bit chilly out there. Nigel's been in touch on KentCricket@gmail.com as well. Get your email in a second, Nigel. Thank you very much for that. As the goal's keen and the field is changed slightly with Quinn up to mid-on now. Miguel Cummins dispatched down to long leg. 3 slips in behind Cook as he drives, and just wide is it of the field? No, Sam Billings-Fields underarms it to a wicketkeeper at the far, a single taken comfortably. 16 for none. 288 then to win for Glamorgan in 80.4. Nigel of the opinion as well. This feels very Sam Billings, this declaration. Are we seeing the enterprise and dynamism of Billings' leadership taking effect? He said, hard to imagine Bell Drummond setting up such a contrived finish. One suspects he would have settled on 2 more bowling points and 8 for a draw, he says. Though it's a better deal for Kent than Glamorgan, he says, I think. 300 plus runs on a day 4 is a tall order. This one's through down the leg side to wicketkeeper Ollie Robinson. 84 overs could well be enough to take 10 wickets, he thinks. Update coming for Radio Kent. Bit of rain though now. We're on the field at the moment, bit of rain in the air, but we're hoping that won't dampen what's been an enterprising declaration by both sides. We've had 2 innings declared just in this morning already. It's Glamorgan batting for the second and final time here. 16 for none. They need another 288 to beat Kent after Glamorgan declared their first innings at 64 for 3. Kent briskly hit 60 for 1 in 10 overs. So Glamorgan, as I said, they're looking for in total 304 to win at the Spitfire Ground, St Lawrence, on the final day. 286 more they need on 18 for none here. Could be an exciting finish. We hope the weather doesn't spoil it. It is raining at the moment, but players staying on and commentary staying on via the BBC Sport website and app. And swing and a miss down the leg side from a ball from Stevens. As the rain is increasing at the moment, I think players of both sides will be reluctant to come off, but probably bowling side more likely to want to than the batting side at the moment, with the ball perhaps getting a little bit wet. But certainly we are experiencing showers here at the moment. And my laptop's getting a bit soggy, but a clip through the onside, lovely shot from David Lloyd from a full-length delivery from Darren Stevens, and that goes through mid-wicket. 4 runs, and the players are coming off here at Canterbury. No real surprise. Rain getting heavier here, Nick Webb. Glamorgan, a tantalising target, 22 for none. Still need 282 to win. Or was that just the end of the over? They're staying on. Perhaps the umpires are assuming this is going to blow over. I thought it's raining pretty heavily out there at the moment.
I think given that. Given the effort the 2 teams have come to get to a match, then they won't be casting eyes towards the skies and the pavilion with a view to coming off. But the umpires, of course, these days are the sole arbiters, and they are now coming off. The Glamorgan batsman, well, Cook running off for shelter, David Lloyd eventually breaking into a trot, because this is going to be a bit of a heavy shower. So unfortunately we are going to lose probably at least a couple of overs here on BBC Sport Online. It doesn't look as though it will be a long interruption, so please stay monitoring our output, and we will be back as soon as possible. But we are probably going to lose a couple of overs out of the day's play, which will make the target that little bit more difficult for Glamorgan to attain, and conversely give Kent a slightly less opportunity to bowl Glamorgan out. But I think given the way the wind is carrying the clouds quickly overhead, it may be no more than a handful of overs out of the game, and we should still have the opportunity to pursue a positive result for both sides, Matt.
We hope very much indeed. We'll be back with you shortly, we hope. Nick Webb and Matt Cole on this commentary. Final day, Kent against Glamorgan. Rain stoppage. beckoning his players, and he's still in the remaining in the dressing room, to the middle. We don't have the two batsmen at the moment. Yes, we do, beg your pardon. Far end, Les Ames stand. They've got to the bottom of the stairs. Both sides keen to get on with it, which is fantastic news for the spectators here, almost not giving the ground staff a chance to get the covers on for any length of time. So we will be straight back on here at Canterbury. Have we lost any overs? I think we've lost one there. 79 remaining. It was 84 overs. Looks like we've lost a single over there. And but they are rushing back out, and Matt Quinn will bowl from this pavilion end. Took us all by surprise a little bit. I was spending the time trying to dry all the electrical equipment off, but I think we're going to be all right. Nick Webb, the quickest of departures there, and people talking about perhaps Kent supporters talking about Sam Billings perhaps being involved in this sporting, this exciting declaration. And he was beckoning his team on. He was stood by the side. Come on, let's get back on quickly. Well, we think we've lost one over.
One over, yeah, indeed. That's confirmed on the board.
There we go. So one over lost, 79 remaining. Here's Quinn then to bowl to Joe Cook. Leaves it outside the off stump, and there's no run. Both sides, to be fair. It's not just Billings wanted to get on. The batting pair were down to the steps of the Les Ames stand, waiting, ready and waiting to get back on the field as well. So there we are. Everything is moving on a pace here today. If you're just joining us, and you might be just after midday, two declarations this morning. Firstly, Glamorgan at 64 for 3, their overnight total, leading Kent 243 ahead, and then Kent 60 for 1. And as this ball is pushed into the offside, quick run taken, diving throw by Daniel Bell-Drummond, but doesn't hit the stumps. And in fact, I think they'll be quite comfortably in anyway. I've been moving stuff around. Nick's looking for his phone, I think, now. I'll be,
I'm down to one phone.
Sorry, yeah, that's good. Just going to point to one, but you've got...
Ah, there we are. Yes.
Yeah.
There we are. Sorry, it was hiding, camouflaged. I turned it the wrong way over, and it's virtually the same colour as the desk.
It is... I was going to say, it's very useful or not very useful. One of the two. Here's Quinn then, bowling to right-handed. David Lloyd leaves it outside the off-stump. Looked like it was coming back at him a little bit, but he didn't look ruffled by that. There were no yelps from the 4-man slip cordon. It's Cox, Crawley leaning, and O'Riordan has been added to their ranks. Sam Billings is at mid-on, mid-off rather. Mid-on it's Darren Stevens. Bell-Drummond at point. Gilchrist at mid-wicket. Miguel Cummings down at long leg. One of our emailers earlier asking, is this the day for Miguel Cummings to show why Kent signed him during the winter? He's bowled him! Looks like he's played on there, David Lloyd, and Matt Quinn has got him. First wicket to go. 23 for 1. He's on the back foot, looking to angle it into the onside, I think. But he's been deceived, has played it onto his stumps, and Lloyd goes. It's a first scout for Kent. 23 for 1. Still 281 for Glamorgan to win in 78.3 overs. But yeah, very much first blood, you'd say, there for Kent. Getting rid of the dangerous David Lloyd, bowled for 17.
Well, that's an important wicket for Kent. I mean, he's one of the Glamorgan batsmen likely to score quickest, as he has been doing his job to promoted from middle order to opening the innings in the Championship this season. Has been giving them some impetus on several occasions with 4 half-centuries, all in the opening innings of the season, and a 31 and a 40 in the last game. So he's been in decent touch up until this visit to Canterbury. He hasn't made huge impression with 4 and 17 in this match, but an important breakthrough for Kent, which brings Marnus Labuschagne to the wicket, and it is an out-of-form Marnus Labuschagne, albeit getting a rather borderline LBW decision against him in the first innings. LBW Stevens to 11 on both previous innings between these two sides this season. Well, the odds on being 3 in a row. LBW to Stevens for 11.
Well, I think even out of form, Marnus Labuschagne will be a worry for Kent. Obviously, what do they say? Form is temporary, and he's an immensely classy batsman, obviously, the Australian.
Yeah, this is fourth match for Glamorgan this season, having been in the Sheffield Shield final and been a major factor in Queensland winning that with 190.
So he bats a bit. He does a Darren Stevens, isn't that what you're saying?
Bats a bit, yeah.
He's he might be as good as him when it gets to 45. Who knows? Quinn bowling to Labuschagne, classy batsman, of course. Oh, plays and a miss. Well, Glamorgan fans will be cursing me for a commentator's curse. He has very definitely played at that from Quinn. It's gone through the wicketkeeper, and a chorus from the wicketkeeper and slips 23 for 1.
Yes. So Labuschagne under some pressure from a team point of view to make a major contribution, but you know, he's a perfectionist himself, loves to work on and improve his game, so he'll have enough pressure from within, as it were.
Quinn then to bowl to Labuschagne, and flick into the onside. It's fielded by Nathan Gilchrist, and that will be the end of the over, and a profitable one for Matt Quinn, who took the 1 wicket to 4 last night. But more importantly, from a Kent point of view, one of the 10 they would need to beat Glamorgan on this final day. 23 for 1, Glamorgan still need 281 to win from 78 overs. 5 overs gone of this second innings, as both sides declared this morning. Glamorgan on their overnight 64 for 3, Kent on 60 for 1. Joe Cook has 6, Labuschagne has none, and Quinn has 1 for 14 from 3.
So the asking rate going up marginally because of the lack of that 1 over, from 3.62 to 3.66 runs per over. Now, what will Joe Cook's approach be as he faces up to Darren Stevens and dabs one down the gully? And there's no run as Bell Drummond comes in quickly from point.
Yeah, big wicket that one for Kent, but obviously there's more than enough power in this Glamorgan top 6. Kieran Carlson has been scoring runs for fun for them, hasn't he? And Marnus Labuschagne may not be in form, but obviously, is he number 3 Test batsman in the world?
Yep. Stevens bowls and Cook is forward, playing out on the covers, and there's no run. Yes, Glamorgan still waiting for his contribution, but I think if we remember back to his 2019 season with Glamorgan, which was so spectacular in the Championship, averaging 65, they did play the One Day Cup early in that season, as Stevens is in to bowl to Joe Cook, who pushes at that one, may have just withdrawn at the last minute, but it went through to Robinson. And early in 2019, Labuschagne did take his time to get going in the One Day Cup, contributed more with the ball than the bat for a couple of games, and by the time they got back into Championship mode, he'd found his form. 64 for 3 was Glamorgan's first innings declaration, as Labuschagne leaves one outside off stump. There's always a lot of movement with the Labuschagne leave. And Kent declaring at 60 for 1, so 304 in what's now turned out to be 83 overs maximum. Subject to further rain breaks, it is still just light spots of rain.
The sun threatening to come out at the moment, so it's brighter.
As I suspect, as that last one breaks, will be fairly brief. It's one of those days where the percentage of rain on any given hour is around about 15%. Stevens bowls to Joe Cook and beats him, and there are appeals from everyone apart from keeper and bowler, who are the two most involved.
There's a bit of a Mexican wave going on there, actually. I think it started with Jack leaning at roundabout gully, picked up by Zach Crawley at second slip. Jordan Cox got involved. Wicketkeeper Ollie Robinson was not one to stop either, so I think probably not. just from a straw poll of those 3.
If the appeal doesn't start with bowler or keeper, then you're in trouble. As Stevens does not go through with his delivery, pulled out I think possibly there's someone moving in front of the scoreboard, might have distracted the batsman. As Cook comes down the pitch and then locks it to mid-on. 12th man sprints on, realises he's forgotten something, goes back for it. He's got a drink and a jersey for Darren Stevens. Well, you get certain privileges, I guess, when you've contributed. There's a maiden from Darren Stevens, bowled to Joe Cook, as Marnus Labuschagne comes down the wicket to offer a few words of encouragement to his young colleague.
It should be exciting stuff today. I don't know why I turn on the rain radar. It's always depressing, but quite often showers can miss you, can't they? So,
yeah. How's the radar looking?
Well,
in
there's
of
a couple of blobs, as I like to call them,
sweeping towards us,
but which will be neatly sidestepping as soon as they get to Spitfire Ground, St Lawrence, we hope. As Quinn then bowls to Labuschagne into the onside, and there's no run. He's just great to watch, Labuschagne. He's just full of movement, isn't he? It's almost play that shot on the onside, then the whole body moves round afterwards, as if to emphasise where he wanted to put the ball. But it's that's only a defensive shot into the onside.
Well, he's a man for a sharp single. Joe Cook's going to have to be on his toes.
Cook himself is fairly mobile at the crease, isn't he? So these two, after the departure of David Lloyd for 17, Matt Quinn getting him to play on. 4 slips. And the Australian Test batsman Quinn bowls to him, just dropped into the offside, and there's no run. Full length delivery along the ground. Daniel Bell Drummond who picks up. So dot ball, but I did wonder what we'd get today, Nick. Whether it would be a case of, we'll play some cricket. People will play for their averages. We'll get a bit of bowling, bit of batting, and it'll all be a shaking hands at 10 to 5. Well, that could still happen. It could still be a handshake at 10 to 5, but we've got some proper competition out there. As Quinn bowls to Labuschagne, takes a step backwards, drives off the back foot, but toe endy up towards Matt Quinn on his follow through, no run.
And looks down at the bat, didn't come off the correct part of it, so he plays the shot again, aiming a bit wider this time through extra cover.
I was very grateful to batsmen who do that when they've played a false shot, and they play the shot again, so you can tell exactly where they were aiming. It gives you a confirmation of your thoughts on the shot originally. So Quinn to bowl, Labuschagne into the onside again, no run, up towards mid-on this time, but again he's pivoted after the ball has left the bat out towards square leg, even though it's ended up at with mid-on with Darren Stevens.
Well, 6 balls and not off the mark. Could be a very sharp single coming off, I think. He's full of restless energy, Marnus Labuschagne.
Yeah. Goodness knows what he's like to share a dressing room with when there's 7 hours of no play. It's Quinn to bowl to Labuschagne, who defends it no run.
Well, we saw him playing out on the boundary, didn't we?
Yeah, it was very noisy, I have to say.
Over on the far side of the ground there, just 3 or 4 Glamorgan players having a little knock around without proper pads or anything on.
I think when he's bowling, pretty much appealing for after every delivery.
So over-competitive dad on the beach.
It was very entertaining from here.
I don't care if it's first ball, son, you're out.
You've got to learn. It's Quinn then. Last ball of his over to Labuschagne. Whacks him on the pad, goes forward. Did start with the bowl of that one, but I'm not sure everyone was convinced. And we can't possibly see from here, at long off. But an appeal, end of the over. Maiden over from Matt Quinn. Decent over as well, but Labuschagne just trying to get his range. 1 for 14 from 4 for Matt Quinn. 20 past 12. I was going to say on this, well, it is the final morning. But Glamorgan 23 for 1. 281 to win. 76 overs now is what they'll have to do that in if we don't get any more rain breaks. There is rain coming down at the moment. Obviously, everyone's hoping blow away and we can stay on the field.
And Darren Stevens wants some gardening done. He is not happy with the state of the footholds, and Marnus Labuschagne will probably have something to say about that as well, because that's the area that he's batting, and there is a member of the ground staff on working away with some sort of implement just outside the crease at the far end as we look out from the Underwood knot stand. And Stevens is making a point to the ground staff member. It is raining now and the Glamorgan batsmen have gone off.
Yeah.
So that is probably going to be another over or two out of play as the Kent team slightly reluctantly prepare to depart proceedings, and on comes the tarpaulin to cover the wicket. So it is going to be another over at least off, but given how rapid the previous interruption was solved, which was barely the length of a convenience break. In other words, I had to run back up the stairs. So should we have a look at the scores elsewhere while we see if this rain will pass or not here on BBC Sport Online? They are playing at Derby, where it does look like bonus points only. Durham 43 for 3 in reply to Derbyshire's 258 all out, and Ben Aitchison has taken all 3 wickets to fall for the home side at the county ground Derby, or whatever sponsor it's called these days. There's a rain delay at Chelmsford, where Warwickshire 63 without loss in their second innings. They had a first innings deficit of 54, so the visitors are now 12 runs ahead. But draw looks the probable outcome there, unless Essex bowlers do something remarkable. Now they're between innings at Trent Bridge, where Nottinghamshire declared on 400 for 5 and Worcestershire were bowled out for just 80. Luke Fletcher had 7 for 37 and the junior partner Stuart Broad 3 for 28 there. But you presume that will be well, no earthly reason why it wouldn't be a Worcestershire follow-on there. Gloucestershire are deep in the doo-doo at home to Bristol, but they're off because of rain. Somerset declared at 300 for 8 declared. This looks like a very one-sided village or schools match, because
Barrett, it is now easier, quicker and safer to buy your new used vehicle online. Whether you're on the computer, tablet or phone, you can browse our stock from the comfort of your own home. Refine and filter your search online by make, model and even budget. When browsing, you'll be able to see pictures, videos and a 360 view of the car you've selected. Your dedicated sales specialist will be on hand to send you a personalised walk-around video answering any questions you may have. You can use our digital finance calculator to tailor the car to a budget that suits you. Alternatively, you can speak to a member of our team via telephone, email, live chat or virtual appointments. Reserving your car online for £99 is simple, affordable and refundable. We ensure that every car is sanitised for your safety and peace of mind before handover. Barrett's, in partnership with Kent County Cricket Club. Together, we are Kent.
Cricket, it's Countdown Cricket, a brand new way for us to play this summer. To bowl, bat and field, to be confident and take our chances. This is our game.
Making new friends, challenging ourselves, and always having fun. This is our game. Dynamo's cricket is our game.
At Barrett, it is now easier, quicker and safer to buy your new used vehicle online. Whether you're on the computer, tablet or phone, you can browse our stock from the comfort of your own home. Refine and filter your search online by make, model and even budget. When browsing, you'll be able to see pictures, videos and a 360 view of the car you've selected. Your dedicated sales specialist will be on hand to send you a personalised walk-around video answering any questions you may have. You can use our digital finance calculator to tailor the car to a budget that suits you. Alternatively, you can speak to a member of our team via telephone, email, live chat or virtual appointments. Reserving your car online for £99 is simple, affordable and refundable. We ensure that every car is sanitised for your safety and peace of mind before handover. Barrett's, in partnership with Kent County Cricket Club. Together, we are Kent.
Because my friends can sport me, like when you're about to hit the ball, you can get sport.
There are lots of children who can't access absolutely everything, and for this, there's no one at our school that wouldn't be able to do it. They were absolutely loving it on the way here. We had really happy kids actually, all of them really pleased to get together. They're making friends with children in different year groups with different interests. A lot of them are quite shy, quite reserved, and here it is a very different ballgame.
After I first go cricket, I really scared to play, and now I'm calm. After it's so amazing and stuff.
And you have your friends with you, don't you?
Yes, or two of my friends with me. If I don't have them, I will be lonely. Now I'm at this place, I'm really happy.
really, really, really happy. Yes.
Adrian brings together pretty much every aspect of a good coach that you could ask for. He's got a great relationship with children, he builds good relationships with teachers, and he works really hard to engage with his local clubs and street cricket sessions to make sure children know where they can go if they want to continue playing cricket.
The impact the children have had since Adrian's been coming, they absolutely love it. I often get asked at the beginning of the week, when's he in? He is the highlight of their week. They really, really look forward to the sessions and they find them so enjoyable and rewarding.
He turns boring things into really fun games, and you can also play it with your friends.
Have fun, that is the most important thing, isn't it? Agreed? I really love being a cricket coach. It's something that I get tremendous enjoyment out of. I look forward to every day at work and have a great time, and hopefully that radiates onto the children. And I'd love to see more of the youngsters who are behind us here getting involved at club level and enjoying the game for many years to come.
We're extremely proud as a county and we're incredibly fortunate to have him. The fact that he gets such glowing feedback wherever he goes is an inspiration to us as a team. We're a very lucky county to have him delivering a programme like Chance to Shine.
I would describe Adrian as amazing.
Friendly.
Fun.
Amazing. Fantastic.
Inspiring.
He's the greatest teacher of all.
I think probably like a lot of people, I fell into it. I was working in town in a sales job, which was good in lots of ways, but didn't really suit me. I like being outside. I like working with kids as well.
We first met James when he came to us to fulfil the role of our mascot, Victor, at one of our school competitions. He made such an impression on the team that we explored with him the opportunity of becoming a coach. On a normal year, James will work in best part of 20 schools that will take him near to seeing sort of 900 children on a fairly regular basis.
Cricket is the vehicle that we use to give children the chance to learn and develop. So we're looking to improve their social skills, there's some leadership and communication involved with that. There's a whole array of other soft skills, if you like, that they're using.
I like James as a coach because he includes everybody. He makes it really fun by doing lots of fun games and helping us a lot.
It's been really useful on a professional level from my point of view to watch how James adapts the activities to make it suitable for the less able, but also to challenge those that are really sporty and are enjoying it.
In terms of how valuable James is to Kent, I mean, short of wanting to take him to a lab so that we can create a few more James Reeds to service all of the schools across the county, I mean, he's phenomenal.
So I think children who are maybe less traditionally sporty than some of the other kids can find their niche in cricket.
I missed the ball completely and they hit the scrums who'd still say, good try, carry on, you can get it next round, and encouragements and stuff. He is the kindest coach I've ever known of.
James is a phenomenal candidate for the Coach of the Year award because of the pride and thought that he takes into his work in order to spread the power of cricket to the children he works with.
I just want the kids to have had fun playing cricket. I don't mind whether they bowl with a straight arm, whether they stand in the right way or hold the bat in an interesting way. That's not what I'm here to do. As long as they say, yeah, cricket, that's good, that's all I want.
I love playing cricket and thanks for teaching us. I don't want the cricket to end. Thank you for being such a great cricket teacher.
Barrett, it is now easier, quicker and safer to buy your new used vehicle online. Whether you're on the computer, tablet or phone, you can browse our stock from the comfort of your own home. Refine and filter your search online by make, model and even budget. When browsing, you'll be able to see pictures, videos and a 360 view of the car you've selected. Your dedicated sales specialist will be on hand to send you a personalised walk-around video answering any questions you may have. You can use our digital finance calculator to tailor the car to a budget that suits you. Alternatively, you can speak to a member of our team via telephone, email, live chat or virtual appointments. Reserving your car online for £99 is simple, affordable and refundable. We ensure that every car is sanitised for your safety and peace of mind before handover. Barrett's, in partnership with Kent County Cricket Club. Together, we are Kent.
Dynamos Cricket, it's Countdown Cricket, a brand new way for us to play this summer. To bowl, bat and field, to be confident and take our chances. This is our game.
Making new friends, challenging ourselves, and always having fun. This is our game. Dynamos Cricket is our game.
At Barrett, it is now easier, quicker and safer to buy your new used vehicle online. Whether you're on the computer, tablet or phone, you can browse our stock from the comfort of your own home. Refine and filter your search online by make, model and even budget. When browsing, you'll be able to see pictures, videos and a 360 view of the car you've selected. Your dedicated sales specialist will be on hand to send you a personalised walk-around video answering any questions you may have. You can use our digital finance calculator to tailor the car to a budget that suits you. Alternatively, you can speak to a member of our team via telephone, email, live chat or virtual appointments. Reserving your car online for £99 is simple, affordable and refundable. We ensure that every car is sanitised for your safety and peace of mind before handover. Barrett's, in partnership with Kent County Cricket Club. Together, we are Kent.
Because my friends can sport me, like when you're about to hit ball, you can get sport.
There are lots of children who can't access absolutely everything, and for this, there's no one at our school that wouldn't be able to do it. They were absolutely loving it on the way here. We had really happy kids actually, all of them really pleased to get together. They're making friends with children in different year groups with different interests. A lot of them are quite shy, quite reserved, and here it is a very different ball game.
After I first go cricket, I really scared to play, and now I'm calm. After it's so amazing and stuff.
And you have your friends with you, don't you?
Yes. or 2 of my friends with me. If I don't have them, I will be lonely. Now I'm at this place, I'm really happy. Really, really, really happy. Yes.
Adrian brings together pretty much every aspect of a good coach that you could ask for. He's got a great relationship with children, he builds good relationships with teachers, and he works really hard to engage with his local clubs and street cricket sessions to make sure children know where they can go if they want to continue playing cricket.
The impact the children have had since Adrian's been coming, they absolutely love it. I often get asked at the beginning of the week, when's he in? He is the highlight of their week. They really, really look forward to the sessions and they find them so enjoyable and rewarding.
He turns boring things into really fun games, and you can also play it with your friends.
Have fun, that is the most important thing, isn't it? Agreed? I really love being a cricket coach. It's something that I get tremendous enjoyment out of. I look forward to every day at work and have a great time, and hopefully that radiates onto the children. I'd love to see more of the youngsters who are behind us here getting involved at club level and enjoying the game for many years to come.
We're extremely proud as a county, and we're incredibly fortunate to have him. The fact that he gets such glowing feedback wherever he goes is an inspiration to us as a team. We're a very lucky county to have him delivering a programme like Chance to Shine.
I would describe Adrian as amazing.
Friendly.
Fun. Amazing. Fantastic.
Inspiring.
He's the greatest teacher of all.
I think probably like a lot of people, I fell into it. I was working in town in a sales job, which was good in lots of ways, but didn't really suit me. I like being outside. I like working with kids as well.
We first met James when he came to us to fulfil the role of our mascot, Victor, at one of our school competitions. He made such an impression on the team that we explored with him the opportunity of becoming a coach. On a normal year, James will work in best part of 20 schools that will take him near to seeing sort of 900 children on a fairly regular basis.
Cricket is the vehicle that we use to give children the chance to learn and develop. So we're looking to improve their social skills. There's some leadership and communication involved with that. There's a whole array of other soft skills, if you like, that they're using.
I like James as a coach because he includes everybody.
He makes it really fun by doing lots of fun games and helping us a lot.
It's been really useful on a professional level from my point of view to watch how James adapts the activities to make it suitable for the less able, but also to challenge those that are really sporty and are enjoying it.
In terms of how valuable James is to Kent, I mean, short of wanting to take him to a lab so that we can create a few more James Reeds to service all of the schools across the county, I mean, he's phenomenal.
So I think children who are maybe less traditionally sporty than some of the other kids can find their niche in cricket.
I missed the ball completely and they hit the scums who'd still say, good try, carry on, you can get it next round, and encouragements and stuff. He is the kindest coach I've ever known of.
James is a phenomenal candidate for the Coach of the Year award because of the pride and thought that he takes into his work in order to spread the power of cricket to the children he works with.
I just want the kids to have had fun playing cricket. I don't mind whether they bowl with a straight arm, whether they stand in the right way or hold the bat in an interesting way. That's not what I'm here to do. As long as they say, yeah, cricket, that's good, that's all I want.
I love playing cricket and thanks for teaching us.
I don't want the cricket to end.
Thank you for being such a great cricket teacher.
down cricket, a brand new way for us to play this summer. To bowl, bat and field, to be confident and take our chances. This is our game.
Making new friends, challenging ourselves, and always having fun. This is our game. Dynamo's cricket is our game.
At Barrett, it is now easier, quicker and safer to buy your new used vehicle online. Whether you're on the computer, tablet or phone, you can browse our stock from the comfort of your own home. Refine and filter your search online by make, model and even budget. When browsing, you'll be able to see pictures, videos and a 360 view of the car you've selected. Your dedicated sales specialist will be on hand to send you a personalised walk-around video answering any questions you may have. You can use our digital finance calculator to tailor the car to a budget that suits you. Alternatively, you can speak to a member of our team via telephone, email, live chat or virtual appointments. Reserving your car online for £99 is simple, affordable and refundable. We ensure that every car is sanitised for your safety and peace of mind before handover. Barrett's, in partnership with Kent County Cricket Club. Together, we are Kent.
Because my friends can sport me, like when you're about to hit the ball, you can get sport.
There are lots of children who can't access absolutely everything, and for this, there's no one at our school that wouldn't be able to do it. They were absolutely loving it on the way here. We had really happy kids actually, all of them really pleased to get together. They're making friends with children in different year groups with different interests. A lot of them are quite shy, quite reserved, and here it is a very different ballgame.
After I first go cricket, I really scared to play, and now I'm calm. It's so amazing and stuff.
And you have your friends with you, don't you?
Yes. or 2 of my friends with me. If I don't have them, I will be lonely. Now I'm out this place, I'm really happy. Really, really, really happy. Yes.
Adrian brings together pretty much every aspect of a good coach that you could ask for. He's got a great relationship with children, he builds good relationships with teachers, and he works really hard to engage with his local clubs and street cricket sessions to make sure children know where they can go if they want to continue playing cricket.
The impact the children have had since Adrian's been coming, they absolutely love it. I often get asked at the beginning of the week, when's he in? He is the highlight of their week. They really, really look forward to the sessions and they find them so enjoyable and rewarding.
He turns boring things into really fun games, and you can also play it with your friends.
Have fun, that is the most important thing, isn't it? Agreed? I really love being a cricket coach. It's something that I get tremendous enjoyment out of. I look forward to every day at work and have a great time, and hopefully that radiates onto the children. And I'd love to see more of the youngsters who are behind us here getting involved at club level and enjoying the game for many years to come.
We're extremely proud as a county and we're incredibly fortunate to have him. The fact that he gets such glowing feedback wherever he goes is an inspiration to us as a team. We're a very lucky county to have him delivering a programme like Chance to Shine.
I would describe Adrian as amazing.
Friendly.
Fun. Amazing. Fantastic.
Inspiring.
He's the greatest teacher of all.
I think probably like a lot of people, I fell into it. I was working in town in a sales job, which was good in lots of ways, but didn't really suit me. I like being outside. I like working with kids as well.
We first met James when he came to us to fulfil the role of our mascot, Victor, at one of our school competitions. He made such an impression on the team that we explored with him the opportunity of becoming a coach. On a normal year, James will work in best part of 20 schools that will take him near to seeing sort of 900 children on a fairly regular basis.
Cricket is the vehicle that we use to give children the chance to learn and develop. So we're looking to improve their social skills, there's some leadership and communication involved with that. There's a whole array of other soft skills, if you like, that they're using.
I like James as a coach because he includes everybody. He makes it really fun by doing lots of fun games and helping us a lot.
It's been really useful on a professional level from my point of view to watch how James adapts the activities to make it suitable for the less able, but also to challenge those that are really sporty and are enjoying it.
In terms of how valuable James is to Ken, I mean, short of wanting to take him to a lab so that we can create a few more James Reeds to service all of the schools across the county, I mean, he's phenomenal.
So I think children who are maybe less traditionally sporty than some of the other kids can find their niche in cricket.
I missed the ball completely and they hit the scrums who'd still say, good try, carry on, you can get it next round, and encouragements and stuff. He is the kindest coach I've ever known of.
James is a phenomenal candidate for the Coach of the Year award because of the pride and thought that he takes into his work in order to spread the power of cricket to the children he works with.
I just want the kids to have had fun playing cricket. I don't mind whether they bowl with a straight arm, whether they stand in the right way or hold the bat in an interesting way. That's not what I'm here to do. As long as they say, yeah, cricket, that's good, that's all I want.
I love playing cricket and thanks for teaching us. I don't want the cricket to end. Thank you for being such a great cricket teacher.